All right, so I'm sure you heard by now that Logic Pro 12 is out, and I wanted to, of course, check out the Marquee feature, what I believe is a Marquee feature, which is Chord ID. How good is it going to be at identifying chords? And I got a project open here, an old project of mine with some guitars in it, and I want to see if I can get the tracks added into the chord track and get some piano and or bass going. I might just play around with some bass for this one as a test. Now, I tend to use baritone guitars, so they're not only a little bit longer, but they're tuned down, and so it'll be interesting to see how the Chord ID handles non-traditional kind of tune-ins on guitars and stuff like that. But before we get into that, if you visit theblindlogic.pro, subscribe to the email list, and I can let you know when the Logic Keyboard Ninja / Logic Magician has been updated to work with Logic Pro 12. In the meantime, you can grab a Getting Started with Logic course when you sign up, and that will help you get up to speed with Logic if you're still relatively new to it. Also, before you go ahead and install Logic Pro 12, please back up Logic 11 or 11.2 or whatever version you're currently using. I have a tutorial that explains how to do that, and I'll link that in the description / pin comment / blog post / newsletter for this. So please don't forget to back up your current version of Logic before you upgrade. But yeah, let's check out the song and then talk about how to use Chord ID. Alright, so this is a song, and I just got guitars and drums going right now, and I want to start the bass around bar 9, so not in this intro section. I might come back and decide to do it, but I want to start it in bar 9. Right here is where I want the bass to come in, so we're going to find the guitar track.
Track 6, guitar right, track 5, guitar left.
There we go, guitar left. And I just want to select the region.
1 bar 4 beat 9 bars.
That's the region that starts at bar 9. And that's the region that it goes from bar 9 to bar 17. If I do control
17
end,
bars. 9 bars.
Control home. And if I were to do Command Option minus.
Logic, now dimmed. Analyzing chords, dimmed.
It will start analyzing the chords in that region. And that's the key command. I assign analyze chords to Command Option minus, and then I assign Command Option 0 to copy chords into chords track, and Command Option equal I set to just show the chord track. I find that if I have just only the chord track visible in the global tracks area, it makes it easier to be able to go in there and edit them and stuff like that. All right, so I got that. I'm going to select the next region over, and actually, let's go look at the chord track first.
Unicorn 2020 control bar, toolbar.
So
Inspector, tracks, groove. In tracks, group. In tracks, time ruler, timeline.
Interact with the tracks group, and then interact with the tracks time ruler.
In tracks, off, cycle, 159 bars. Selected, button. Chord track, layout area.
Chord track layout area. And if
in chord track, chord group E flat major, a flat major, E flat major, a flat major, layout item.
And if I do VO Shift H.
Chord group starts at 9 bars and ends at 17 bars. E flat major 9 bars, a flat major 11 bars, E flat major 13 bars, a flat major 15 bars. Chord, an editable chord or chord group that session players can follow.
And that is pretty accurate. So once again, if I VO Shift M to bring up the context menu.
Menu, 16 items. Analyze key signature command chord progressions. So create chord command edit chord ellipsis. Group chords. Dim command option 2. Ungroup chords command shift option 2. Cut command X.
It looks like I can edit these. I can ungroup them and go through and edit them. So this is what I've found is working so far. Let's
closing
hit escape.
Menu.
And I'm going to move down.
Track 6, track 5, guitar left.
Yeah, I just wanted to put my focus back on the tracks and region. So now
1 bar, 9 bars, 17 bars.
This region from 17 to 21. I'm going to do the same thing if I do Command Option dash.
Logic Pro, chord group E flat major, a flat major, E flat major, a flat major, layout item, Unicorn 2000.
Right, that was a short one. I just started reading the chords again. So Command Option 0, and that will take the chords from the region and put them in the global chord track.
Selected. Chord group E flat major, B flat major / D, C minor, a flat major, E flat major, B flat major / D, C minor 7, layout item.
So those are the ones I just added. If I do VO Shift H.
Chord group starts at 17 bars and ends at 21 bars. E flat major 17 bars, B flat major D 17 bars 3 beats, C minor 18 bars, a flat major 18 bars 3 beats, E flat major 19 bars, B flat major D 19 bars 3 beats, C minor 7 20 bars. Chord. An
And
editable
so remember, my voiceover focus is still in that chord group right now. But if I just
track
down,
5 guitar left.
just down and up arrow, so now the focus is going to be back on a track. VoiceOver focus is still in a chord track, but my Logic focus, I just down arrow and up arrow to switch my Logic focus back. So now I
1
can
bar,
just use
1 bar,
right
4 beat, 9
arrow.
bars, 17 bars, 21 bars.
All right, so I got the region from 21,
29 bars, 21 bars.
29 selected, and now I'm going to analyze that region. So I'm going to do Command Option Dash, and then
Logic Pro, now dimmed. Analyzing chords, dimmed.
once that's done, do Command Option 0 to copy the chords from the region to the global chord track. So now if I VO right, because remember I'm still voiceover focused in the chord track.
Selected. Chord group E flat major, B flat major, F minor, C minor, E flat major, B flat major, A flat major major 7, C minor, E flat major, B flat major, F minor, C minor, E flat major, B flat major, A flat major major 7, C minor, E flat major. Layout item.
And it has these chords all grouped
Chord
already.
group starts at 21 bars and ends at 29 bars. E flat major 21 bars, B flat major 21 bars 3 B.
I just pressed VO Shift H there to do the help tag, and I just hit Control to pause it because I don't need it to read out all of those. So starting at bar 9, I now have chords going from bar 9 to bar 29. And obviously I can keep going here, but I want to just kind of do these pre-sections just as kind of a proof of concept or example. So once again, I'm just going to up arrow.
Track 4 natural strong. Track 3 hi-fi DI.
I have hi-fi DI, which is the audio-based track I have in this project. So I'm going to add a session player-based track under that. So I'm going to do Command Option U. Now that I have hi-fi DI selected.
In new track, dialog, create new track, details.
And this is a new track dialog. And so let's VO left.
Number of track help, but details. Audio, mic or line, session player, bass player, in session, bass player, selected, radio.
Bass player is already selected. I went to VO left to session player and interacted with that. Now, if bass player wasn't selected for you, you can VO
Drummer,
left.
radio button,
So
1 of
you
3,
have
bass player,
drummer,
selected,
bass
keyboard player,
keyboard
radio,
player.
bass player.
So bass player is what I want. So that's selected, stop
Auto
interacting.
session player.
I'm just gonna jump to the bottom of this window, VO end, VO F and right arrow if you're on a laptop.
Create, default, button.
VO space on create.
Main window.
And so now I have
29 bars.
a
21 bars.
region from 21 to 29, but I'm gonna back up to bar 9.
20 bar, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12 bar, 11, 10 bar, 9 bars.
And I'm gonna drop a region there, so Control Option Command Shift and the letter D.
7, 9 bars.
All right, so get that at bar 9 to 17. And I'm
17
gonna
bars.
drop one again, Control Option Shift Command D at bar 17.
21 bars.
So that goes
17
from bar
bars.
17 to bar 21. My playhead was at bar 21 when I added the session player track, so added the 8 bar region at 21, so that was 21 and 29. I moved my playhead back to bar 9 and did Control Option Shift D to add a session player region at bar 9, and then I went to bar 17, added a session player region there, so now I have a session player region from 9 to 17, 17 to 21, and bar 21 to 29. All right, so let's
21, 17 bars.
I'm going to tap the left arrow and select the one that starts at, I don't have anything selected now.
Simple foundation.
And it's not letting me, so I'm going to move off of that.
Session
and back
player,
onto
group.
it. Oh,
Tracks,
let me
group.
close the session player editor. There
Track
for
3
a
high,
second.
track 4 simple foundation.
There we go, simple foundation.
9 bars, 17 bars, 9 bars.
9 to 17. Okay, now I can hit E to show the session player editor again.
Session player, group. Session player, session player.
Yeah, when the session player editor is in focus, sometimes
Tab U.
it's tricky to select regions, so just press E to hide it.
Session player, group.
All right,
In
so let's
session player,
interact with
toolbar.
this.
Session player, group. In session player contents, editor, radio, bass player, session player, button.
And you see it says bass player, session player. Now, one thing that's kind of new here is we have the synth session players in Logic Pro 12, but the synth session player is actually part of either the bass player or the keyboard player. So if I VO space on this,
In scroll area,
you'll see we have some new
bass
options.
player, type, pop, change patch, heading synth,
Under synth, we
pump
have
bass, toggle button,
pump bass,
808 bass, toggle button,
808 bass,
sequence bass, toggle button.
and sequence bass. So you can choose one of these and you get more synthesizer bass sound like an 808, or the pump and bass sound you'll hear in like EDM tracks and stuff like that. And then
Heading electric,
You have electric.
Pop rock, toggle button.
And that's where you have the stuff that you previously always had, like pop rock.
Retro rock, toggle button. Pop songwriter, selected. Indie disco, toggle button.
Disco, etc., etc. So I'm going to just hit escape on that. And we're going to view right.
Regenerate button. 49% complexity. Vertical. 70% intensity. Main editor. Group.
And we're going to go into the main editor. And I'm going to...
17 bar. 9 bars.
I'm going to do Command U because I want to set my locators around the selected region and turn on cycle. So now it's just going to cycle between bars 9 and 17. And a couple things I need to do here. Remember I said this is a guitar tuned down. So this guitar is tuned down to C. I want to set the lowest note on the bass to be C1.
Main editor. Group.
Let's interact with the main editor.
Main editor. Group only. Non-octave. Medium phrasing. E1 lowest note. Slider. Actions available.
Right there it says E1 lowest note. So that's what it sounds like right now.
In slider. C sharp 1. C sharp 1. C sharp 1. C1. C1.
I did VO left and then VO shift left to get it down from C sharp 1 to C1. So now the lowest note on the bass should match the lowest note on the guitar, just an octave lower. And then the other thing I like to do is I'm going to go over, I stop interacting with that.
Root only melody, menu button, pattern 1, follow.
Go over to pattern 1. I'm going to VO space on this.
Selected in popover.
And I'm going to jump to the bottom of this window.
Scroll area.
The scroll area. Interact with that scroll area.
Chords, track, off, track, pop-up button, menu.
This is the follow, and I want this to follow one of the guitar
Fincher
tracks.
style, hi-fi DI, natural strum, guitar left.
Let's have it follow the
closing menu.
Left guitar track.
Pattern 1.
And we'll come back into pattern, so we can go through the patterns later.
Root only melody, menu button.
But there are more important things here, like right now, that bass is only playing root notes, so.
Menu, check mark root only. Some notes. Some notes.
So I just change it from root to some notes.
Non-octaves, menu button.
We can put some octaves in there if we want.
Medium phrasing, menu button.
And we can set the phrasing to long or short or medium.
Menu, short.
So we set it to short. Yeah, I think medium is going to work better for this. Let's try long.
Medium, long.
Yeah, let's roll.
Menu, 3, short. Oops. Menu, check mark, medium.
Let's set it to medium. You can put some
menu check mark none. Some. More. Some.
Octaves in here. I'll turn that
menu 3 none. Some notes melody. Menu button. Menu 4 items. Root only.
Notes.
Check mark some notes. More notes.
To more notes. So something like that. Now, one thing I kind of like to do with a little section like this, I'm going to
main editor, group.
Stop interacting with the main editor. And if you remember, the session player is kind of split up into 3 areas. You have, if I jump to the top
Session
here,
player, time ruler, session player, editor, radio group.
So we have the editor radio group.
Bass player, session player, button.
And then you have this main part of the window where you can choose the instrument. So some bass player.
Regenerate, button.
You have your regenerate button, which is a button that just has it recreate a new section with fills.
49% complexity, vertical slider.
Your complexity.
Actions of 70% intensity.
Intensity slider.
Main editor, group.
And then you have your main editor group. So I'm going to go back over to
70-40, regenerate, bass player, set editor, radio group.
The editor radio group. I'm going to
details, radio button.
Switch that to details. And now I'm going to skip past the stuff in the middle again.
Bass player set regenerate. 49, 70% details editor group.
Now we have the details editor.
Details 0% dead notes. Slider.
I like to bring some dead notes into
slider.
this.
10 for 20 for 30%. Actions available 40%, 50%, 60%.
Yep, let's try
70%, 80%.
And I'm going to turn this bass
0.0 decibel, 1, 2.3, 4, 5, 6, 6.0 decibels.
Normally I just turn the guitars down, but I'm already in the session player editor, so it's just easier to turn the bass up. All right, so that's that section. I'm gonna go back over,
Auto slider.
Stop interacting with the details, and
80% dead note. Auto details editor. Groove.
Get out of details editor, and you can view up from the editor.
Radio group.
To get back to the radio group.
In editor. Radio group.
And
main. Radio button. One of main. Radio button. One of
I'm going to select main in the editor group.
Out of editor. Radio group.
Rather, I'm going to select main in the radio group. And now if I down arrow, once I stop interacting with the radio group.
Main editor. Group.
I can go back to
in
the
main
editor group.
Pattern 1. Following rhythm from.
And I'm going to leave it on this pattern 1 for now. I can obviously change this later, but I'm just going to
Unicorn 2025
jump
Logics.
over to
Tracks,
the next
window.
one. Oops, let's just
Tracks.
hide the session player editor there. Always gets in
17
the way.
bars, 21 bars, 17 bars, 21 bars, 17.
All right, this one
bars.
I'm going to keep pretty simple. I'm going to hit E to bring up the session player editor.
Session player, group, session player, in session player, group. Session player, in session player contents, group. Editor, bass player, regenerate, 49, 7, main editor, group.
All right, let's go
in main
to
editor,
main
group only
editor.
melody, menu button, non-octave, group, pattern 1, selected pattern, scroll area,
I just want to go to the scroll area.
Off, track, pop-up, SoCal, fingers, hi-fi, DI, natural strum, guitar left, close.
Set it to follow the left
guitar
scroll area,
again. Pattern 1.
Hit escape to leave the pattern area.
Group only melody, non-octaves, menu.
I want us to keep that on root
medium
only,
phrasing, menu button, E1 lowest note, slider, in slider, C sharp 1,
that down,
C sharp 1,
take the lowest note
C sharp 1,
down
C1,
to
C1.
All right, so I need to
Tracks,
hide
group,
that
hide edit.
because cycle mode is
21
on.
bars. 17 bar, 21 bar, 17 bars.
So I'm going to hit Command U to set cycle around the region. That's 17 and 21. All right, E,
session player, group, session player, group. Session player, group. In session play, in session player editor, radio, bass player, regenerate, 49, 70, main editor, group. In main edit, group only melody, non-octaves, medium phrasing, menu button, menu, short, check mark, long.
And that works for that section.
Tracks.
And so now
21
jump
bars.
over here and Command U.
21 bars.
That's the region from 21 to 29. Let's show the
session player.
The session player editor again.
Session player, group.
And same
session
deal.
player, group. Session play, in session player, tool, session player, group. Session player, group. In session edit, base, regenerate, 49, main editor, group. In main editor.
To the main
pattern
editor.
1, in pattern 1. Following rhythm, out of pattern 1, follow.
Select pattern 1.
Selected in popover. 6
Jump
items,
to the
scroll
end
area.
of this window.
In chords, chord, track, off, track, pop up, SoCal, finger, hi-fi, natural strum, guitar left.
Follow
Close
the left guitar
pattern
again.
1. Group only melody, menu button, non-octave, medium phrasing, menu button, E1 lowest note, slider, in slider.
Bring the lowest note.
C sharp 1, B0, C sharp 1, C1.
Down to C1.
Out of slot, medium phrasing, non-octaves, menu button, group only melody, menu button, menu, check mark, group only. Some notes.
Some notes
Melody, non-octaves, menu button, menu, check mark, none, some.
And some octaves in this one.
Medium phrasing, menu button, short, check mark, medium, long.
For the phrasing. Let's
menu, 3 hot short, medium.
And let's turn off
toggle cycle mode off. 20 bars, 19 bars.
Back up to bar 19. Let's try making this a little bit more complex. So it just came out of the main editor. I'm going to VO left.
70%, 49% complexity. Vertical slide in vertical slider, 59%.
Crank it up.
Actions available. Slider.
So there we go. I basically took 3 sections of my song. I analyzed it. I put the chords in the global track. I added a bass player to the project and got some bass following my guitar tracks pretty quickly right there. So I'm looking forward to playing with this a lot more. I'm looking forward to figuring out and finalizing the key commands. Well, actually, I'm not looking forward to that part. That's not the fun part. But the fun part is going to be playing with this and using this and being able to get stuff into the chord track really quickly. And it seems like we might have a way to be able to efficiently edit chords again. Still, definitely could be some improvements around the editing chords part, but at least we can get them in there really quickly from a accessibility standpoint with some key commands. I'm going to finalize the key commands, and like I said, I will share an updated version of the Logic Keyboard Ninja key commands. There'll be an updated version of Logic Magician to work with this. So far, doesn't look like Logic Magician got broken, but I have not gone through this extensively yet. So please remember to back up your current version of Logic before you update to Logic Pro 12 if you haven't already. If you want to talk about some of this stuff, get on the Blind Logic Pro Discord server. We can discuss this in the plugins, virtual instruments, and MIDI channel. And let me know what kind of stuff you guys are finding, or if you got any questions about this there, or leave a comment. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Definitely visit theblindlogic.pro and sign up for the email list there so I can let you know when new stuff is happening. If you want to book some one-on-one training, visit theblindlogic.pro/training. And as always, until next time, happy recording.